Hello, hello, hello. Soon indeed, Domino. Bang on the money as always. What the devil is up on a Monday, Domino?
8 Ball, let me just talk to the fans here. Let me talk to the fans. This is like CM Punk coming back to WWE. This is like Ronaldo coming back to United. This is like Robbie Williams coming back to take that. And I'll leave it at there, 8 Ball. We are back. We are back with Vpg. Let's go.
Did you have all those written down, by the way? Because there was some good analogies. I can't lie.
No, I had Roosevelt Roberts in the UFC, but I thought that was too obscure for the fans. I didn't really know.
I'm glad you went with Robbie Williams. I'm sure all of our fans know who Robbie Williams is. Monday night, Domino. Monday night can only mean one thing. It's the return of VPG Esports Premier and the return of PC Dubs to VPG Esports Premier. And that is cause for celebration, which is why we're here this evening.
8 Ball, it has been a long time coming. We never left the scene. We always caught up with the boys down at the VPG, the players, the teams. And mate, because me and you are just such fans of the genre, we always followed the games. We'd always watch the games. We'd always actually comment on the games that are going live. Me and you'd sit there and watch the games while we are talking to each other without being live. So yeah, I'm back here with the pinnacle of the VPG because, mate, when we started the channel, some of the games that we covered were unbelievable. The quality in there is for everyone to see. So I'm back, looking forward to doing it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot's happened as well since we were last here. We bought a VPG team who subsequently lost said VPG team.
Yeah, that happened as well.
That's probably about all that's happened, really. Everything else has been the same. Not much happens around here, Domino. Not much happens around here.
I mean, to be fair, it felt like a lot happened, though, because the whole team kept us on edge of our seats and of our financial security.
I was going to say, speaking of financial quality, speaking of teams, we have got the lineups for you on the screen now. I'd like to go full screen with them, but then you can't see some of the players. So take a look at the two strikers for either side, because we're about to go full screen because it doesn't look great. And there we have it. Thunder, AUK. And the great thing about this, Domino, is none of these teams actually really need an introduction. We know what they're about. They're at the pinnacle. The football is just going to do the talking.
April, like, you'll see it on the pitch. You'll see the quality. Look, if people are fans of us or fans of pro clubs and you're tuning in for the first time, just know that this is like the pinnacle, what you're watching. I would never say some of the games are stale, but I'd always say these games are for the purists, because if you know what you're doing and know EA, you can appreciate what each people are doing. Because some of the quality of football that we're used to seeing, obviously we've been not around commentating live on a VPG game, bar Pro Clubs Weekly, but some of the teams, mate, that we watched over even last season were absolutely outstanding, even in the first season. And you've always got to think, a new game comes out, a new version of FIFA, a new version of EA, there's small little nuances that you got to tweak. So in the first season where we did cover the VPG quite extensively on our channel, they were still getting to grips with the game. They're still getting to grips with what the best builds are, what the best perks were, what the best traits were. And now this season of VPG, going into this one, you should have the finished product. You should know what everyone's doing at their maximum capacity, and I'm excited to see it.
That's a really good point, actually. It's very rare does Domino make a really good point, but I mean, why not do it? Why not do it on the first day of the season? Because the only way is down from there, really. Yeah, good point. I do think this season is going to be the absolute pinnacle. This is the VPG Esports Prem. Thunder, who finished third last season, are taking on a team, Domino, you and I were talking off camera, a team who have been reinstated back into the Premier League, or the Esports Prem, because they're a very good side. So, you know, if we're thinking about teams that are newly coming into league, we're normally thinking about promotion. This is a team of killers playing a team of killers. And this is what we're here for.
Mate, it's a litmus test, isn't it? Like, if you want to come back and you're a team that's, like, again, been out of the league for a year, like, who do you want to come back against? People would want obviously like a warm up game against someone that finished mid table, but to come back to not only a top half of the table team, but one of the top 4 teams in the world, like that's where you want to settle your benchmark. This is a statement game for Volt. If they go out there and put a performance on a team that came third, you will shoehorn them into a title contender position, even after the first week. So I think it's a really good litmus test for them. And mate, it's a good test for Thunder to get the ball rolling. Third's not a good place to finish.
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone knows about Thunder in this league, in the whole kind of establishment, in the whole of clubs probably. And they've set the standard so high that third isn't good enough for them. And I think that tells you everything you need to know about this side. So the fact that this new team of killers are coming in against a side that finished third place last season can only be good for this league and now, coincidentally, our channel. So this is what we're here for.
Absolutely, 8 Ball. And for the viewers listening tonight, what we got on for the 8 Ball 2 games today?
We do have 2 games tonight, so this being the first. And the second game, Domino, correct me if I'm wrong, is Digital and Juventus Bucharest. So that is a case of Digital, who mid-table team from last season, taking on a newly promoted team, a very strong PC side. So 2 games for you all tonight for us to enjoy together. And hopefully some more throughout the week. If not, you'll see us on some kind of video somewhere. We'll be around. We're usually around.
Always around, 8 Ball. They can't get rid of us at the minute. Every time I open up my YouTube, we're somewhere. My face is somewhere. People know.
Social media, YouTube, wherever it is, we'll be there. If there's clubs anywhere, we'll be there, usually. Like ants on candy. Don't even get me started on Girth on Turf. Don't even get me started on that kind of stuff. We're all over it. We're all over it. Before we do jump in, because I can see teams are all lobbied up and they're just waiting for the invites. I'm looking at some of these players, and I'm looking for ones to watch. Now, this is no disrespect to Volt whatsoever. I've not dealt personally with any of the Volt crew. The fact that they've all got Volt at the beginning of their name leads me to suggest that they're a close-knit bunch, and I'm looking forward to that. On the other side, Domino, we've got players like Warren Beast and we've got players like J-Lings, Festic. These are ballers, and them are ones to watch. All 3 of those.
Absolutely, 8 Ball. And I can see Super Madge in the chat.
Super Madge. What have we done to deserve this, Super Madge?
That's what I'm thinking. Why is Super Madge over
Yeah, well, what have we done? Yeah, we don't deserve this.
8 Ball,
good
I
to
think
see you
invites
again.
have just been sent as well.
We're on the screen.
I think we are connecting. We look like we are loading up.
Which means we'll probably get the game going in about 20 minutes, lads.
That's means you got to listen to us for the next 15 again. Just waffling on.
We do our best. We do our best. Look at this. We've got an overlay and everything. I mean, come on. What more can you ask? We're moving up in the world, boys and girls. Yeah. So I mean,
share your screen. With...
No, do I have to? Do I have to?
Always, mate.
Yeah,
always.
go on.
I want to be ahead of you again, which I'm fine doing.
I mean, your street's ahead of me in most things, mate. Yeah, I was gonna say. What I was going to say is, first game back with VPG for a while then. What are you expecting, Domino?
I'm always expecting nerves. In opening games, it is tough. Like, not only do you want to go out and win, but the hardest thing is you don't want to go out and make a mistake. That's probably the biggest thing. You do not want to go out and make a mistake, and that overshadows sometimes winning the game. So, I mean, these boys are tried and tested and very, very professional. So I would imagine that nerves not going to get to them too much. Yeah. But, mate, I'm expecting goals. I'm always expecting goals. We always love goals over here.
Yeah, a tasty little 3-all, 4-4 maybe. That would be nice. But on with the show, as they say, brace on his return for Super Madge. I expect nothing less. A bit of a spoiler, though, because I was going to watch that game after these couple of games. So thanks for that, mate. Here we go, though. So we've got... I'm trying to decipher the teams now. Where I wasn't paying attention. That's Super Madge's fault.
So we got Thunder in
the purple. Lovely kits, by the way. Here is Warren. Gives it off to Teak. Marv gets in the way. Plays an unintentional 1-2, but it has been cleared. Yeah, and Volt are in the white. Cheers, Domino.
Yeah, that's the one, 8 ball. And to be fair, it looks like, again, we're only the first virtual 5 minutes into the game, but it looks like Thunder putting their foot on the ball and pushing Volt back a little bit. I mean, Volt have obviously had some preseason games, had a bit of warm up. These boys might be knocking around the circuits. They're not even coming off cold from a full season layoff. But yeah, let's see what they can do as a team here. They're advancing nicely up the thirds. A couple of step overs inside the box. 8 ball. I'm going to call it as a bit of a 50-50 game here. It's, to be fair, who can get first blood.
It usually is in these games, Domino. You've got two quality sides. It's who cracks first, and there are cracks in the defence here. If Malik can pick this ball out, he chooses to keep a hold of it. Ball rolls inside, but here is Teak. Fires it across. Big save from the goalkeeper wearing the number 99 shirt. Match, stop with the spoilers. Stop with the spoilers. Vpg Esports Premier Domino. The corner routines are going to be on fleek. He says that as it gets cleared with constant.
Well, at least he beat first man 8 ball. Let's be honest. At least he beat the first man.
Yeah, to be fair, we're not used to seeing that with Pro Club's weekly legacy.
Quick ball over the top. I think it's offside.
This Teak looks dangerous early on, Domino.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like the players are getting in really good positions. I'll tell you what Thunder's doing. They're not giving them time to sit and rest on the ball. Because again, when you come in on the first game of the season, nerves are going a little bit. You do want to just relax, get on the ball, make a couple of passes, settle in the game. I think Thunder's approach is we are not letting anyone settle, get any time. It's first man press, this sort of stuff. But that's a delicious ball.
That's two times in a row, Domino. 2 times in a row. Lateral Morento. Malik does well, doing his defensive duty. Swung into the back post. Repelled away by the team in purple, but it's won back again by Gaines. Gives it to Cav on the edge of the box. Ball rolls inside. Edges. Some one-touch football base. Festic in there in that CDM roll. Blocked. They're not going to get the corner either. They'll settle for a throw-in. And to be honest, I think that makes it about 50-50 now, Domino. I think both sides have looked dangerous on the attack. And they've shared those attacks. But they're getting some joy down this right-hand side of Volt.
To be fair, 8 ball, as I said, no team really wants to go out and make a mistake. They're throwing men up, both teams here, in every attack. There is counter opportunities here. 8 ball, I am not going to lie to you. I think this is going to turn into a little bit of a basketball game. I mean, we need to get a goal, but... Oh, absolutely not 8 ball. Like I said, they're throwing people up. They're both playing quite high lines as well, which means there are balls over the top.
Especially Volt. They've got a real flat back line, whereas I do think it's just this left-hand side of defence for Thunder that are getting a bit caught cold, whether it's nerves or positioning or whatever. Nasri into Warren's feet, strikes it off the crossbar, headed out by Jalal. Almost first blood to Thunder, Domino.
And you know what I love about stuff like that, 8 ball? We see it so many times in clubs because we serve it so much. The one more pass on, and it amounts to nothing. Taking a touch, turning and pulling a trigger. It didn't get him a goal, but it was very, very, very close. And yeah, I love that. I love that from Thunder because, like I said, if they go to do that again, that pass might be on and people won't know. So
pulled the trigger early doors. And speaking of early doors, that ball's come over and he does take it really early.
They're not afraid. They're afraid out here shooting. I tell you.
They obviously heard Domino up here in the commentary box. I mean, I still think Thunder have come closer, but, you know, both sides knocking on the door at the moment. That's what we like to see from a purely neutral point of view, of course. Always neutral. Back post. Leandro does well there. J-Lings wins the ball, but he can't take it under a spell. This L1 triangle, this chip through ball looks to be the plan of attack for Volt.
It's there, April. It's there for them.
It is. That's why. Roman on this left-hand side. Ball rolls it in. Takes a deflection. Boopy. Takes it under his spell.
Great name.
Number 99.
I don't know how you feel about having the keeper as number 99. Well, you seem like quite a purist where if it's not number 1, you've kind of got an issue. Are you that kind of guy? Well,
yeah, you know, that leads me to believe that he's not their number 1 officially. So Warren is getting a bit more enjoyment as he drops deep. Gives it to Roman on the overlap. Beats his man. Cuts back to Festic. Malik. Dinked over. Here's Roman in space.
Inside 8 ball.
Cuts back. Oh, he's nutmegged the goalkeeper.
God, 8 ball.
The reverse ball was on. No one saw it. Not even us up here. And the finish was cheeky. EA's not helped the goalkeeper out, but it's 1-0 to Thunder.
But the keepers are manual, 8-Ball, which I imagine they are. The best keepers are. You don't expect him to put that there, and you don't expect him to put it in. Literally took the ball down, stood his man, L2 right stick, side to side, and then that shot came out of absolutely nowhere. Have it.
Catches it on the sweetest volley you'll see today.
Yeah, no one's going to strike a ball clean than that all
I was going to say, it has gone into touch, but Thunder are doing very thundery things this first half. They've kept it relatively tight in terms of chances conceded, and they've got a goal. Bit of a 3v2 situation here on the right-hand side. Wiz, step over, cuts back in, gives it to Warren. Edge of the box to Festic. They're looking for those slide rule passes. They find Tico, but somebody gets a foot in white, and they go long. They're happy to see that into touch, much like Boopy was a short second ago.
Yeah, 8-Ball. I feel like at this stage in the game, I was about to say, Volt needed half-time there. The ideas were getting a little bit slow, and Thunder looked like they were mounting the pressure after that goal and getting a bit more up top. This is a good time for Volt to stop, reset, and see what they're doing. If you're the Volt manager going into half-time, 8-Ball, what are you saying?
Just settle down. You know, other than those couple of balls over to the right wing, they've not got much change out of those chip through balls. Look, it's easy for me to say because I'm not sat here playing Thunder, who are absolute killers, but I think you just got to kind of back your ability. You know, you've been put in the Esports Prem for a reason. It's a good litmus test. You know what? If you end up getting beat 2-3, 4-0 by Thunder, it's no horrific thing. It's not going to derail your season, the first game of the season, and it'll let you know where you are in comparison to the rest of the league as well. I think we see this a lot, Domino. We see teams going in against these big teams and trying to kind of catch them on the break. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I just don't think it's clicked for Volt in that first half so far.
No, neither do I. Well, I do think at half it was a strategy from Thunder and not letting them settle on the ball. For them not being able to settle, they haven't been able to just get a rhythm of play of what they're doing when they've been trapped in the edge of their box.
Yeah.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Tico, behave.
Oh
and he's got the runner as well. Here he is, slid through, third party pass, slides it through to Warren Boopy with the big save. Really good football from Thunder.
I respect him. He had the man over 8-Ball. The easy pass was there. Didn't take it. Didn't want to sweat it. Went for goal. Good save by the keeper.
And that all started as well from the goal scorer for Thunder clearing that header out from the back post.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how he's done it.
Here we go. Roman from quality touches gives it to Warren. Is it going to go in? That deflection is naughty. They've cut straight through.
Horrible.
They don't care. Thunder are more than happy to take them as they come. Volt skipped straight through that highlight. They don't want to watch it. They want to get things going now. And what a mountain to climb, 2-0.
Yeah, I said at half-time couldn't have come at a better time, but Thunder came out showing why they are. They've looked
like
inside,
a team possessed.
Unbelievable stuff from him.
Marv.
8-Ball, I don't need to say who is that? Who is the player that's got all the fancy footwork inside?
It ain't me. Cav almost wins it. And these, do you know what, Domino? The two wide midfielders for Thunder here are having such an influential game, not just attacking but both defensively as well. They're both putting big shifts so far, and that is so rare to find from wide midfielders, I think.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, you have to track the opposite fullback's run, and they've done that the whole time. Not only that, but 8-Ball, you're a big advocate of this. If you're playing wide, I know you want to come in, but sometimes it's that unselfish play. Sometimes you've just got to stay as wide as you can to create the width and create the space for your teammates inside. I don't think that ball happens on that second goal if the wide players weren't checking and running the touchline.
Exactly, and look at Roman's width right now. He's got chalk on his boots, and look on the other side as well. Nice and wide, and it's the way to stretch the play. When you've got these dangerous players coming through the middle, like Warren, like Tico, that's what you need. You need those unselfish players keeping the width. Look, he's at it again. It's good to see. Wiz into Malik. Good little run there. Warren drops the shoulder, but Leandro does really well under pressure. He's had a good game, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cav picks it up with Leandro's help, and the two of them go down the line. Does well. Loses his man. Cuts inside. Cav loses 2 of his markers there, and
They rode
it's
a couple
just...
of tackles there.
I was going to say, it's just not happening for them, but they do bring it back for the free kick. He was tripped on his way through, to be fair.
Yeah, if they need anything out of this game, 8 Ball, they need to make something work from this.
Yeah, with 25 minutes left, they've gone short. Edge of the box. Hasco wasn't on. Wiz intercepts, and Thunder in the purple look to go again, but they do lose it far back. But again, those purple shirts on hand, and Malik has dug a ball out of absolutely nothing. Sends Tico on his way. Man's coming across. It doesn't matter whatsoever. This man's left foot is literally made of gold. What on earth is that for a finish? They didn't let us watch it. It's fine. We'll go back and watch it later. 3-0 to Thunder, Domino.
Comes in that centre mid position. The run was there, but he had to delay it. To delay it, he had to take on a man inside on an unfavourable angle. He'd done it, played the ball over the top. After the ball came over the top, it was all about the finish. And could he do it? Yeah, bet your dollars he can do it, mate.
Absolutely.
On that left foot, nothing wrong with keeper. It was good positioning. You don't want to get beaten in your near post, but sometimes it's too good.
I think we're seeing, Warren's won it really high. There's a man at the back post. Will he use him? He'll go for the other man instead because they are queuing up. And good save. Good save from Boopy. They did have the men in recovery positions there, but Thunder, they are not letting slip here. They want more goals. They want to put a rubber stamp on this.
Yeah, it's the first game of the season, 8 Ball. How you want to come out. You want to get those clinical, this dominant performance. The next team that plays Thunder are going to look at their results. I wonder what Thunder got in their last game. And they look up and they're like, oh, wow, okay, fair play there. That they're cooking tonight. It puts a bit of fear.
It's had the potential at times to be a cricket score, Domino. Not because they've been so dominant, but it's because they're so lethal.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a side who, they'll only need 1 chance to score 1 goal. They'll need 2 chances to score 2 goals. And if they can keep this up for the rest of the season, fair play if you've got to play these boys, because they look ready to get straight back into it. They look like they haven't had a day off since the end of last season, Domino.
No, looks like they've been in the lab the whole time, mate. They've been in the gym. They've been working. They didn't take no days off. Third is not good enough. We're only here to compete for first.
Yeah, in the nicest possible way, freaks of nature. These guys are good.
Yeah, I mean, and let's be honest. Like, if you were Volt, this is going to be a hard loss to stomach. But there's a lot of learning potential in this game.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
If you've had a year off, you kind of know what the quality is coming back into this league, which is obviously a really good thing to find out early in the season.
Mate, it's an absolute baptism of fire. Imagine coming back into this league and going, right, well, fixtures day. Can't wait to see who we got. Oh, okay, it's Thunder.
Thunder first.
But get out of the way, boys. And here we go. Live and Renter. What a tackle that is by Ihem. And Nasri and Jaylings get out with it as well. And here comes Malik, that little ninja in the centre midfield, in that cam position, picking passes all day for the last 85 minutes. Nasri over to Festic Roman, who is quite narrow for the first time. Gaines does well in that centre midfield position. Hasco sends a couple of people for hot dogs. And do you know what? There's some good signs for this Volt side, Domino. They've looked good in possession. They've just been caught by a different beast. And speaking of beast, here is Warren. Good save by Boopy. Up quick, Jalal. Covers well. It's not going to be a 4th for Thunder, although they're back on the attack again. Jaylings into Malik.
They're going to keep it until the end of the game, 8 Ball.
Yep. Here's Wiz. Swings it in. They've got men over. Is it going to get knocked back? No, it's not.
Good decision by the keeper.
I was going to say unselfishly. That was very selfish, but Boopy did really well to read that, because I think I would have gone across. And that is time. Rator in the chat is literally saying what I'm thinking. We are going to need a build. Where do we start, though, Domino? Whose build do we actually get? Do we get a full 11 build from Thunder? Because none of them had a bad game.
Oh, 8 Ball. You just sometimes forget the quality, and then you go and watch games like that. Some of the stuff that they do in the middle there, like, obviously I know how to play the game, and below average level. Very novice level. Some of the stuff they're doing inside, I don't understand how they have the capacity, the complexity to do that. That turn in the middle to beat 2 players from the person that can cut the ball through, mate. It was ridiculous. What a game! And yeah, commiserations first of all to Volt, you didn't have a bad game. You were just it did look at times you were just outgunned. You were
Yeah,
outgunned in numerous positions, and it's not the fault of your own. You were playing a very, very good team. But I'm sure you're going to come back. It's a long, long VPG season.
long season.
Long
Yeah.
VPG season, which means, look, you've got time. There's some mistakes in there that are easily correctable. And to be fair, you guys had quality. And I don't know, again, I think Thunder was playing at home. And I always like to give a shout out, maybe just because a little bit of connection issues. But look, it is what it is. Thunder look great.
Yeah, I think that's probably the signing off point, isn't it? Thunder are really good, and there's just no shame in losing against a team like that, because if you start to get caught up on stuff like that, you're in for a long old season. If you just make do and you say, yeah, fair enough, better team won on the day, done and dusted, and move on and concentrate on the other 45, 46 games, I think.
Yeah, absolutely able. I mean, to be fair, like, what a game that we had to go back. We did want goals. We got 3 of them. And, mate, what 3 goals they were. By the way, all different in their nature from Thunder, but they were some class goals. We need to go back and watch some of them.
Yeah, and they've asked for the cam and the left striker, which are the 2 that I probably would have called for in terms of
mate,
baller builds.
That little CDM in the middle.
CDM or cam? Which one?
Who was the bold CDM? Was it bold Cam?
The little Cam. He got 2 assists, so we'd
probably...
okay,
then it was the Cam then. That Cam was sick. And then, yeah, it was the left side. The left side. Unbelievable. Yeah. The guy that got the first goal.
We will send out requests for Malik and Tico. That's not a problem. So watch this space. That is definitely something we should do. Moving on, though. I'm looking at the next game, and they're still in the 60th minute, Domino. So we do have quite a bit to talk about as Domino leaves it to me to talk about it all. Let's get him back, shall we?
No, I think... Abel, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I think your stream, I think they're in the 86th minute. It's
even better then. Well, if that's the case, then let's have a look at the 2 teams. We got Digital Sports, which I think... Is it Digital Sports or Digital Esports? Either way, Digital Sports, the Germans, are playing the Romanians, Juventus Bucharesti. Domino, we've actually featured both of these teams at one stage on the channel, so we kind of know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
But what
I think Digital was one of the first.
It'll leave you in suspense. They were one of the first. We're not going to tell you what they were first to do, but they were one of the first. We'll get them back on. I quite like Domino. Go on, Domino. Let us know.
Yeah, as I was saying, I think Digital was one of the first games we covered when we were doing the VPG League.
Yeah, they were.
Mate, and they've been knocking around top flight ever since. They're your Star Wallers, mate. They're your Everton.
Yep.
They're in and around it the whole time. They are, if you want to know, and this is, again, why I love the first games of the season. As you said, Juventus have just been promoted up to the big time.
Yep.
Like when you go into like Eafc or anything like that, you have those gatekeeping teams. And that's to know where your levels are. I don't want to disrespect Digital by telling they're a gatekeeper team, but they are a Stonewall VPG Prem side that have been knocking around the whole time we've been doing this, which means it's a great test to see where Juventus sit on that pyramid scale.
Exactly. And Juve come into this. They're well renowned as being a PC side, which I know is not really a thing anymore with crossplay, but it definitely is, and it definitely is in the community as well. And it's kind of how we know them. So you've almost got that kind of different. I want to say styles of play, but it's a different console, and a different background. So you're always going to come into crossplay, and that's the one really good thing about this crossplay is you're now getting to compare the PC teams with the PlayStation teams, with the Xbox teams, with the completely and utterly crossover teams. We've seen them last season. What are you expecting specifically from this Juve side tonight, Domino?
It's a hard one. I think from the Juve side, they did play really good fluid football. They're not much an over-the-top side. They like to keep the ball down on the deck, play some good passes. They do have the tendency, when we looked at them last time, to do that one too many pass instead of pull the trigger. But I'm looking forward to see what they can do against an established, a steady state VPG Prem team, because that's going to be the test there, isn't it, Abel?
Absolutely, and that is the game we've got coming up next, as soon as everyone's finished what they're doing in the meantime. Donna, I did just have a look. I'm not sure if we're on the same stream or not, but I'm on the Bucharest stream, and they're only in the 82nd minute.
Right, I was on the digital stream.
That makes so much more sense.
And they were playing PMI as well. So I got to catch the last 10 minutes of that game, and just for the fans out there, it ended 0-0 on that one.
Oh, I'm glad we're not doing that one then.
Yeah, it ended 0-0. It didn't look like there was a chance right at the end for Digit as well, but it was unfortunate. So at least they've gone into this next game with a point. I wonder how Juventus got on. Did you see how they were getting on their last game?
They were 4-2 down when I saw. I don't recognise who they were playing though. That's the problem. It would have been an esports Prem game actually, because it would have been, they put them both together. So
yeah,
they're going into this game having suffered a defeat in the first game, so they'll want to do what they can to drag that back in now, and one opportunity to do it against Digital, the gatekeepers of the esports Prem, and more importantly on Pro Clubs Weekly.
To be fair, I like the name the Gatekeepers, April. I like that name.
I think there's probably going to be a few teams you could categorize as that this season. And as the season goes on and we cover more games, I think the teams that we probably covered, 6, 8, 10, 12 months ago, who are still knocking around, who haven't picked up silverware, who haven't finished in the top 6, but also haven't been relegated, they will be our gatekeepers. And I reckon there's probably about 6, 7, 8 of them.
Yeah, you'll always have your steady state ones, mate, where you turn up every single time and they're in it. And obviously they'll go up to having like not great seasons where they're evading relegation, or good seasons when they're kind of battling it for the top. Like I know Thunder are one of the teams, every time I've kind of seen them, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're always in like the top 5 positions. I remember covering one of the Thunder games, and the reason we done it is because they went, I think 9 straight wins, Abel, wasn't it? 9 straight wins at the beginning of the season.
It was something stupid like that. So,
and then we covered them. They won the 10th and they lost on the next one. We are a curse. My bad. That's why they don't like us.
Well, I hope they don't do it again tonight, because if there's a team that beats them, then that's going to be a good team and a good game, and I would be sad to miss it. So, hey, that's the good thing about, to be fair, I was going to say about VBG, but it's a good thing about competitive clubs in a league structure is going and checking out a game, checking out a couple of teams, and then seeing how they do for the next 5 or 6 games is something we always do. And it's good to then go and visit them after that period of time as well, because then you've kind of got the form and you know how good they are, and then you can see how much they've grown or how much they haven't grown, if any players have left and whatnot. And that's why we absolutely love it. It's so much better than sitting playing drop-ins, or God forbid playing anything other than clubs.
Exactly, April. I always like it. Like, we'll always do streams like this, and we love doing opening day of the season. And then in 2 or 3 weeks, we jump back in, and the table then will start getting to where people start establishing their positions with their records. And then you're thinking, there's like, well, Thunder played great in the first game, and then if we go back on and look, this is what I love, April. We saw Thunder in that game; they almost looked untouchable. And then we go back, and in 3 weeks' time, we look at Thunder, and they're like 12th. We're like, what happened?
No, it's true. It's true. And they say never look at a league table until there's 10 games played. I'm going to go and check the league table after these 2 games have been played, and I'm going to assess every last detail. And it's what we do over here. We're stats people, and we're very much pro clubs people. Right. Teams are lobbying up. Juve look ready. Have you got the digital
I have
stream on? How are those boys looking?
Ready. We're only missing the centre half and the striker, but one of them sitting on the bench. So
refusing to play.
We're missing. Well, yeah, he's in contract negotiation. Someone said.
Yeah, that's always a good sign. That's always a good sign. We'll leave it in the dressing room for a little bit. This is where we need our production value, Domino. We need, like, if we're talking like Sky Sports, they would roll like the last 5 games between Juventus and Digital and show that's one day we'll get to that. Guys,
so this is also a stream for a job advertisement. If anyone's out there looking for some production work, we can't pay you much. Actually, we can't pay you at all.
Until we get paid, you're certainly not getting paid.
Yeah, we'll pay you in kind words and a crisp high five, but at the minute, that's probably all we can offer you.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that, guys. It certainly doesn't get any better than that.
That's better than what I'm on.
I was going to say, yeah, it's literally like more than what we've got for the last year, so count yourselves lucky. Domino, we'd normally go to like a league table right about now, but there's nothing's going to be...
I thought someone else came in, but it looks like someone else left the digital lobby. So now we're missing an LDM, centre-back, and a striker, but... Look, 8-Ball, I have confidence. I don't know when the established kickoff should have been.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, we're 5 minutes late. Naughty.
There we go. Is there any form of punishment? Not that I'm calling for it.
I suggest we punish them by not featuring their game again for another 2 weeks. that is punishment. That is punishment.
All right, we are back, 8-Ball. We have got... the centre mid came back, so at least we got the centre mid back. Happy days for them.
Well, normally at this point, Domino, I'll go us into the again. Normally at this point, we would be thinking about jumping in and covering the teams anyway if we were doing a draft or whatnot. or PC Dubs League. Big shout out to PC Dubs League.
Oh, 8-Ball. Everyone's lobbied up. They are just sending the invite now.
Perfect.
Here we go.
I suggest you use Juventus's stream.
Yes, mate, I'm doing that now.
Yes, it's like we've done this before.
It's like we know what we're doing.
Shall we get score predictions?
8-Ball, I think personally, I'm gonna have to go with the boys at Digital.
I mean, you did take long enough. You really thought about that, didn't you?
Mate, 100%. You got to think about things like this. 100%.
Go on then. Give me a score.
I'm going to go for the 1-0. I'm going to go for the 1-0 Everton Stonewaller, mate. That's what I'm going for.
I'll go 3-2 Digital.
3-2 Digital?
Yeah. And Digital have just sent, and there we go. Juve are in. Digital are in. Let's head on over. Yeah, Domino, you know what? Juve have just come off the back of a...
Ball, por favor.
They've just... Say again. Oh, I switched it off, didn't I? What I was going to say before I was really interrupted is Juve have just come off the back of that 3-2 loss, 4-2 loss even. So I do think there's goals in it. Normally when a team is scoring freely, conceding freely, that's usually how it goes for the night. You know, you're normally in that same vibe, that same feeling for the night. I reckon it's going to be the same again in this game. / kind of hoping there's a lot of goals scored and conceded, because that will put us in good stead for a good game.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'm excited here, 8-Ball. I'm just excited to see what the newcomers do to a league. It always intrigues me to see where we go from here.
Well, you're about to find out. Here we go. Juventus in the orange-yellow kit from right to left. And we've got Digital Esports in the Arsenal kit, left to right. Maurice does well early doors. Nothing like getting a nice tackle in the first couple of minutes. Here is Jeff. Cut out by Aurora. Back to Jeff.
And this would be a quite nice game, 8-Ball, because after the first game, obviously, like, there is nerves there on the kickoff of the first game. I think once you've got them out of the way, you're a little bit settled down. You're playing your game. I do think the second game is always a better way to test the team's ability.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Totally agree. And even maybe the second night, just get those nerves. I mean, look at this. Shaky nerves. The guy concedes the foul as well. Referee's going to bring it back.
And
And
a
rightly,
as well.
yeah, rightly
Double
so.
jumping.
It was a naughty tackle. Gave the ball away, concedes the foul, and 6 minutes in, your left back or left centre back is on a booking. Not a great start for Juve. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see what Digital have got cooking. The gatekeepers. They've actually swung it into the box, Domino. I think you would have got good money on that before. It's broken down, blocked. Jeff, number 97, cuts it back. Barksy swings it in. Carincha, who's my one to watch, Domino, in that centre midfield position. Cristiano gives it to Shruz. Just about feeds it through to R9. But Maurice Dre, again, who's had a blistering start to this game, finds D the G, the striker. Good bit of footwork there.
It's a little bit narrow 8-ball. Both teams are going to have to be really intricate.
And here's D&G, gives it to Maxfield, goes to ground.
Oh, 8-ball. It was excellent. He sat his man down, opened up the goal. I think the touch took him a little bit too wide. He only had one space to aim at. Keeper knew that. Keeper covered it well. But you do love a good sit down, don't you?
Here we go. And another big save. It's Carincha who diving headers it away, and Digital keep it coming. Another knockdown. Gives it to Maxwell, who's had 2 good chances now, and 2 good saves, by the way, from the Juve goalkeeper.
Absolutely. That's what you need nice early, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, good goalkeepers in VPG will get you, 15, 20 points a season. Yeah. Carincha. Oh.
I thought he picked his pocket.
Me too.
I thought he'd done it. Pink Panther style. That was nice.
That would have been very pro clubs if he had taken it down and got a ghost penalty there. Maxville. 1-2 with Barksy. Bashino to D&G, but Alexandru's there for the Romanians. Can they get on their way? They can do, because Maurice Dre loses out for the first time today. Carincha, Aurora. Swings it into R9, back post, and Zambi just about does enough. Just about does enough.
I like that 8-ball. Took it very, very quick.
Very quick corner, yeah.
Very, very quick.
Very quick corner. Tried to catch him out.
Yeah, settling this down now.
What have they got from this corner? I mean, we've gone from
polar opposite to the other, isn't it, 8-ball?
Yeah, I was going to say they've gone from one extreme to the other here. Here is Barksy. Goes long, it looks suspiciously offside, and he will be offside, yep. Carincha.
Yeah, just mistimed on the run there.
Jeff does well, back doing his defensive duties, but gets skipped past by the danger man, Carincha. Can't decide whether he wants to beat him on the left or the right, so just gives it back to the opposition anyway. Maurice goes over the top. Maxfield does well to take it down, but Khan King wins it back. I'm not going to try and...
It's not good for the channel, but it is good for these two teams. But both teams defensively...
that's
I have
4
never
runs.
seen that.
That's 4 runs,
I have never seen a misplaced pass that has that kind of animation, where it just...
They've probably got non-assisted passing, because their top quality players are Walla Mawala. That's the Juve goalkeeper, Domino. I shan't be saying that again. The Juve goalkeeper will suffice. Flicked on near post to Maxville. Back post, acres of space. Takes it down, Zambi. R9 gets tackled on the line. And that is an absolute shower, Domino. That is a calamity of errors. 1-0 to Digital. They won't care.
You're not going to care where it comes. You're not going to care how it comes.
I mean, I do feel like they've deserved it. They've been on top. A couple of really good corner routines, free kick routines. It's been coming. And speaking of coming, here comes Maxfield through on goal. Takes his sweet time and it's just gone past the post. The goalkeeper covered a lot of ground there, Domino.
Hey, Eagle.
Yeah, I think he might have had it covered if it was on target.
I genuinely think there was a power shot and he had that covered.
Here comes Stefle, though, breaking through the midfield of Digital, but there's Zambi.
There was a golden chance, Abel, an absolutely golden chance there. And yeah, Juventus just not matching the pace Digital are putting forward at the minute. They're getting their foot on the ball here, which is very, very nice. A little bit of intricate place, and then yeah, they need to. It does feel like they're taking 1-2 touches, then passing it. There's got to be a person there that's just looking to control
Yeah.
the tempo
Oh,
of the
what
game.
a ball
And
that is. Here
they
he
are
comes,
through here again.
Bessinho.
The keeper again is standing up tall here, 8 Ball. If the keeper weren't in those sticks, I tell you what, you're looking at a much different scoreline.
Yeah, it would have been a bloodbath by now. Another great save. It did hit the back of the net, just the wrong side of the net. Keeping them honest. Digital with the corner. Imo does well, but Bokba on the edge of the box dinks it in. That's a fantastic ball headed across for that knockdown again. That OP knockdown.
That was so unselfish because you saw that 8 Ball. You saw it bobbling at his feet with no one around
all day,
him.
mate.
Oh, 8 Ball. It's crying out for it, isn't it? It's
oh,
crying
what
out
a header that is. Oh. That was very Premier League-esque, that was. He waited for him to head the ball rather than just flagging him offside immediately. But I mean that's the risk, isn't it, Domino? They've had a lot of the ball. They're still 1-up, but it's the esports prem. Anyone can catch you out in the matter of seconds, and they've got the quality to hurt you. And it was almost the case there for Juve. Stays 1-0 though.
Yeah, look, as long as it's 1-0 8 Ball, it's going to give this Juve side some confidence when they go forward.
This is sloppy. Steph over.
Oh my God, it's a little pop shot.
Crucial.
That came out of
baller
nowhere.
build fame. And then again with the quick corner. Drops to Cristiano. He's rainbow flicked it, but Jeff is there, the left midfielder. I mean, it's the second game of the season. Opening night of the season. We're seeing rainbow flicks in the box at 1-0 down. I don't mind it whatsoever.
Well, I'm here for it. The audacity. 1-0 down. First half. Probably behind in the game. Yeah, go on then. Rainbow flick it over your man. Let's see if we get some change that way.
Here it is. Steph sweet step over. It's a big tackle. The referee's letting it go.
I felt like everyone stopped their 8 Ball. I felt like everyone stopped.
I stopped. Steph looks like them.
Rule 1, 8 Ball. Rule 1. You've got to always place the whistle. After that tackle happened, everyone kind of just stood still. We're like, anything happening? No, okay, we'll carry on.
Steph looks like the man who's going to drag Juve back into this if they do get back into it. A couple of good chances for him. By hook or by crook, he's going to drag his team back in, it seems. And another corner. Possibly the only stat that Juve are ahead on, other than yellow cards.
two good stats.
They're taking their time with this one. Edge of the box, he's free. Goes for the knockdown when maybe he could have taken it down, and some kind of confusion there has allowed the half-time whistle from the referee. 1-0. I would have said it was quite convincing from Digital until maybe that last 3 or 4 minutes there where they had a couple of nervy chances to defend.
Yeah, 8 Ball. I would say that the game was... I think it swayed in Digital's way, don't get me wrong. I don't think anything Juve done hurt Digital, but there was glimpses and there was signs there that you can't be resting on this one. No one should rest on a 1-goal lead, but you can't be resting on a 1-goal lead. There is sometimes that Juve team, especially that right striker, has got in behind, cooked his man twice, and he's pulled the trigger. Great saves by the keeper on both occasions. So, yeah, Digital are in front, and they do look like the better outfit on today's game, but they do need to be wary of this Juve side.
Yeah, if there's anything we've learned from doing this for the last year, it's that is not how clubs is played, and just as well, otherwise it would be pretty boring. Here's to another 45 minutes, Domino, the last of the evening, and if it's anything like the last 45 minutes as we've had, we're in for a blockbuster.
Yeah, I agree, 8 Ball. The football from both teams, like I said, haven't been bad at all. Both have shown real good quality. I just think, yeah, Digital look like a bit more of a polished side.
Yeah, Bokba into Barksy. Dinks it over the top and knocked down to the oncoming Maxville, and that is 2-0, doubles the lead. That's sensational play, Domino, I can't lie.
Yeah, and we always talk about this and mixed up your weapons. If you're 1-2 touch passing, it kind of gets samey. Everyone know what you're going to do. If you're going to lob the ball back in and knock it back down 1 or 2 times, it just creates question marks around defending. And that's what it done in that goal. It created question marks around the defending. They didn't know it was going over the top. The knockdown was excellent. The touch took him through.
Yeah.
Keeper couldn't do anything inside here. And yeah, this is now Digital's to lose. But look, Juventus still got time on the clock. He attempted to do the power shot and it gets cut out.
Yeah, they shut that down quickly. Into Cristiano. Vecino does really well there. Back on defensive duty, having just done about 6 step-overs in the opposition box all of 30 seconds ago. Carincha, back post, Imo's on. Squares it, blocked. Back to Imo. And Zambi does well. Beats his man as well and comes out with the ball. But Aurora, with the high press for Juve, comes back. They've got men queuing up. They go back sticks instead. Here is one of the men queuing up. The danger man, Carincha. Ball into Stefle's feet. The danger man. Oh, Cruz gets beaten at that back post. And game on. 2-1. Let's go.
Hey, well, this game ain't done, 8-ball. I tell you, this game ain't done. I mean, that was probably the most concentrated bit of pressure Juve have had all game.
Yeah.
They kept winning it, won the second ball, and they didn't let it get into their own half. Kept recycling it, showed different weapons, and 8-ball. That's a finish, mate. That is a finish of a highest order.
Fantastic finish against a fantastic goalkeeper as well. But here's Vecino, and that's Imno back there on defensive duties as well. So both wide midfielders. Maybe that's just what wide midfielders actually do, Domino. Who would have thought it, huh?
We will say this time and time again. Real life football, virtual football. Once the momentum starts shifting, especially in games like that, it's hard to get it back. While
Absolutely.
Juve have got this goal, they need to capitalise on this momentum shift. And you can see what it can do to them. They get that 1 goal back. Look, they're looking dangerous again, but they cannot give the ball away.
Let's go. 2v1. D the G doesn't use his teammate, and Walla Mawala makes another save. Go and check out how many saves he's made at the end of this game, please, because he's nearing double figures. Nearing double figures, mate. Are there any pure poachers in the VPG? Tons of them. Headed down by Zambi. A big save, just like there's quality goalkeepers. Unfortunately, to be offside there. Pure poachers, I mean, just watch any of these games. You know, these lads are playing at the top quality. If you can't finish and you're a striker in this league, just get out.
Yeah, but I feel like if a team needs it, we know some pure poachers that the team play to their strength. They feed off scraps, and they're unbelievable players.
Cristiano drops his shoulder. It's a power shot. Ooh. And did Cruz save that? No. Didn't need a save. It's gone high, wide, and very handsome, actually, because it looked like it was nestling.
Yeah, 8-ball, that came on with some heat.
It truly, you can see why they shot that down so quickly the last time. Is it going to be third time lucky for this man, Cristiano? Bokbert goes over the top to D the G.
Oh.
Just a tasty little roulette, but does give it away. Carincha back to his teammate in there. It's all just a bit... It's a bit casual. With 17 minutes left on the clock, I do think they need to kind of force it a little bit as the man sends the Arsenal man for hot dogs there. But Barksy and co win it back for Digital, the Germans.
Yeah, they've got to play that style of heavy metal football now.
Yeah.
They've got to play off those scraps, try and get those transitions like their 8-ball.
He's not scared to pull the trigger, is he? Not scared to pull the trigger. Carincha back post.
You've got to make this game, if you're Juventus, you've got to make this game untidy. Once this game starts looking untidy, it's looking more in your way than Digital. They're a very efficient and clear-cut team. So you've got to make it a little bit scrappy. Get bodies in the box, get the balls driven into them, and feed off those scraps.
Yeah, I think you're right. And we've seen that these Juve players are not afraid to swing their boot at it in the box, which a lot of other teams won't do. Here is Barksy for Digital. Another roulette. Khan King does well with the back heel. Carincha switches the play nicely. Aurora into Scrubs. Zambi's there again for Digital. And there's going to be another goal in this, Domino, but I couldn't tell you who for, because either Juve are going to do the unthinkable and equalise,
tracking.
or they're going to get caught.
Over on the right-hand side was unbelievable. Saw the man go in, didn't let him get anywhere, and stayed onside. Ball comes back in. What a header that is.
Fantastic football from Digital here. And like you said, after that second goal it was, Digital just able to switch up their weapons effortlessly. So I think when they scored that second goal, I hadn't seen them play a chip-through ball, and now all of a sudden in this second half, it's chip-through balls for days, and it's so effective.
yeah, it just gets too crowded in there for the Juventus boys.
Yeah.
Gets too crowded in there. There's just too many men. If you're going to do that, you want to cause that in the box just because it might cause, again, a little bit of untidiness, a little bit of a scuffle. Not on the edge here.
That was the wrong pass from the digital centre-half, Nicolas. It's a straight red for some reason. Straight red for some reason. And more importantly, Domino, it's a free kick in the 89th minute on the edge of the box for Juve. I mean, how are your nerves? How are your nerves? Is it Cristiano? It is Cristiano Cruz.
Big save. That is a big save.
I mean, he plays 6'7". He saved it like he's about 7'7". I mean, that's phenomenal goalkeeping, Domino. I genuinely think he's won them the game there.
Yeah, well, 8-ball. You've got to hold your nerve, and that's a great
win. He almost lost them the game there. Whew. I mean, that second half, Domino. I mean, the first half was great as well, but that second half was so end-to-end heavy metal. If it wasn't for the Juve keeper, Digital could have been out of sight. But also, if it wasn't for Cruz in net, I think that might have ended 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, the save there. I mean, in real life football, you trust your wall. If it goes up and over on that side, you just got to respect it. You've got to cover your near side and make sure you get a big hand to it, and that's what he done. And I tell you what, it was Digital's efficiency in defending that kind of, I think, got them through and got them the win. Juve had some good chances and a great solo goal, but Digital were very, very efficient in defending there, and it saw them out, the 1-0. They go in unbeaten after tonight's run, Digital, with a draw in their first game and a win in their second.
Yeah, and on the flip side, gatekeepers, yeah. And on the flip side of that, we've got Juve, no wins from 2. Domino, how do they bounce back tomorrow and going on into the season?
It's a hard one. It's a hard one, 8-ball, because you've always got an underdog mentality, getting promoted from anything. Even if you're Juve and you've been in the league before and you've gone back down and now you come back up, it's an underdog mentality. To lose the first 2 games, it kind of reinstills to you that underdog mentality. It's all about trying to regain confidence any way you can. Take bits and pieces from their play, however you do it. So any way that you can take the confidence, either the first goal they scored or the 2 goals in the other game, what did we do well to create those situations? Let's take those positives into tomorrow night and let's see what we can do and improve on our game, because it's all about small margins, 8-ball. And after the 4-2 loss where scoreline precedes itself, where they look comfortably beaten, that was a 2-1 game, 8-ball, and at stage it could have been 2-2. So, and another big positive was a keeper. So you've got to know you've got a good keeper at the back there, and you just got to use those little positives to create building blocks for the next one.
Yeah, and there was a lot in that game that we saw from Juve. So if there are any Juve boys watching this, do keep your heads up, because there was some really good play in there. You know what? It's one of those things, isn't it, where on the night it could have gone either way. It didn't, but it's a long old season in VPG, so you've just got to keep going at it. And I think if you stick to your game plan, if the players don't get at each other, I think Juve will go a long way. And I think, you know, if we're looking at teams that have just been promoted, if their main goal is to stay up, because it's Esports Prem, Domino, I think 8 teams go down. You don't want to be in that bottom 8. So I do. You know, it doesn't matter how good you are or how good you think you are, or the history of the club or the history of you as a player.
8 teams.
If you get promoted, yes, mate, 8 teams. If you get promoted, your first port of call is, how do we stay in this league? And I think I think Juve have got enough to do that, based on what we've seen tonight. They just can't let these games where it could have gone either way, they can't let them dictate what that season's going to be like. So if they start getting on at each other now, I think it's going to be a long old season for them. Take solace in what they've done. They've got the players to do it, and yeah, commiserations to them, but fantastic work from Digital. Always good to see those boys. It was nice reminiscing from one of our very first games with Digital, so welcome back absolutely anytime. as are the VPG boys, as are VPG Esports Premier. That is it for PCW tonight. Thank you very much to those who tuned in.
Yeah.
You may well see highlights from this tonight's stream elsewhere. We welcome that. That's absolutely fine. Enjoy it, and yeah, just show us some love in return, either on socials or in the Discord or whatever you want. It's always nice to hear from you guys, whatever it is you want. It's normally people just asking for baller builds though, which is absolutely fine as well. If there's anyone from tonight you want to see, we've already got a couple of requests for it, but Digital and Juve boys, if there's anyone you want to see, just drop us a line and we'll get those sorted. Domino, you got the final line tonight. Off you go, mate.
As I said at the beginning, Abel, it's good to be back, mate. It's good to be back covering some pro clubs that we do not have a hand in a pie in. It's nice being complete outsiders, catching the games here. As again, a really well-run tournament, a really well-run organisation. And yeah, mate, you can see the football on show there. The football on show was unbelievable. I'm looking forward to see how this season progresses, because it is a fantastic top half of the league.
Amazing stuff. Okay, guys, we'll see you when we see you. It might be Tuesday, it might be Wednesday, it might be Thursday. Well, it's definitely going to be Wednesday at the very least. It could be Tuesday, it could be Thursday. Who knows? We like to keep you guys guessing because we don't know ourselves. Awesome. Domino, lovely to see you again, by the way. And I'll see you. And we don't talk apart from when we jump into this. So it's good to see you again, mate. I might see you again sometime in the week.
Might catch you Tuesday, might catch you Wednesday. We'll see when the next on.
Just take it easy, guys.
All you've got to do is send up the bat sign. All you've got to do is just send up the bat sign again. I'll be here, don't worry.
And unless it gets intercepted by either of our mistresses. I'm very anti-PCW. Right, on that note, on the off chance that one of them can hear us through the wall, we should go. Cheerio, guys.
See ya.